Note to self, don't buy a Samsung TV if you're trying to get a new TV. I didn't buy this one, this was my neighbor's, the same one who, for the previous Samsung TV where we found out it was the backlight and then I accidentally broke the stuff. When I put the bezel back on, she got a new one and it was a smart TV, which all the issues with the smart TV, but we were able to go in and turn the smart TV off. But then she used it. It worked fine she got it at Best Buy. It worked fine from May 20th to just into June. Just after the 15-day Best Buy return, the screen stopped coming on. So if you look and we get under here and we turn on, it's now on because the little light stopped doing its thing. But there's no screen. And in complete darkness, there's a 55-second cycle that it goes through trying to figure out stuff, and then it turns itself back off, but it doesn't do anything otherwise. So first I tried to diagnose what was going on. I noticed that it did do some flashes, so I recorded this in the complete dark in the garage, and you can see the panel does light up, so the panel's not dead and LEDs aren't dead. And then I tried Samsung support, and oh my gosh, don't pick the chat option. It took me over 2.5 hours to get them to say, please open a repair ticket. It should have taken like 20 minutes, but the chat person does multiple chats at a time, and he doesn't get back to you in time. So don't do that. Don't do that. Just use the phone dial in. That's much better. And you can see this goes through about a whole minute of on, off, and then eventually the light turns back off again. And after the repair technician, they said the blinks of the light ended up meaning that he suspected it was the panel, but once they got here with all the replacement parts, you can see that they took the panel apart and took the board out. It ended up being the board, not the panel. He tried different combinations. That whole main part to the right, except for the speakers, is one component that he initially tried with a brand new whole front display piece. So basically it was the back plastic came off, and then there was the circuit board and some of the ribbon cables, and then the speakers. He took all those out, tried a new front panel, that didn't work, tried a new circuit board, that worked, and then went back to the old front panel, and so we got a new circuit board, and that solved the problem. Hey, look, there's a picture. Still not sure about that part. So I contacted the Samsung support again and worked through several more hours of fun, but this was on the phone. That went much better. Turns out you need to set the sound type in the maintenance mode, and once you set the sound type, then that little funky screen goes away. And of course I forgot to record the last bit of success till after I boxed it up to take it back to my neighbor. So that last error that I saw on the screen was caused by the sound section not being defined correctly. Once I got support to understand that that was still set to default, not the other thing, and got to the right support person, they were able to go in through the remote connection section that these have, which I guess that's good because there's a smart TV and you can diagnose it remotely. They were able to go in and set the sound definition, and then that last little on-screen error that I wasn't sure of disappeared, and now the TV works like it's supposed to. So, yay.